when we look back and honor the triumphs, contributions, and struggles of Black men and women around the world. 64 years ago was a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement in our country, and it happened right here in North Carolina when 4 Black college students sat down at the Woolworth's lunch counter in Greensboro. The NCA&T community gathered to celebrate the legacy of 4 A&T freshmen who courageously stood against society and helped change segregation policies and the course of American history. Current students say it still inspires them today.
When we look at the A&T 4, we see freshmen. We don't see seniors, we don't see juniors. We see 4 students who was their first time on campus, and they were able to make such an impact, not just on A&T, not just on Greensboro, not just even on the country, but they made such an impact on the world.
Spectrum News 1 reporter Sydney McCoy introduces us to one of the men who joined that peaceful protest decades ago and shares the message of change he wants to spread to the world.
64 years ago, 4 students from A&T University sat down at this counter in hopes for a change. Clarence Henderson was recruited by one of the original 4 to come sit at their peaceful protest against Jim Crow laws.
We could order our food to go, but we couldn't sit down and eat. And in public facilities, blacks were not able to mingle and be with whites.
Henderson and other students from universities decided to sit in solidarity at the lunch counter, but would not be served.
This changed my life forever because I did not know how it was going to come out. Whether in a vertical position, in handcuffs, going to jail, or a prone position, going to the hospital, or even the morgue.
For 176 days, students sat at the counter, helping spark a movement across the country and giving others the courage to stand up for what they believe in.
You have to be willing to pay the price. See, there's a price for freedom, and must be paid in full, it must be paid up front.
Henderson has won numerous awards and recognition, but said it was never about being known, but for standing up and being a leader.
I answered a call to fight for liberty and justice for all. That is a responsibility that we have.
He now encourages others to peacefully fight for what they believe in, like these students at Parkland High School in Winston-Salem.
Making your life your own, not letting anyone tell you what you can or can't do with your life, and just deciding what you want to do and if you want to make a difference or not.
Faculty members at the school say having students listen to Henderson means more than just learning about the civil rights movement in class.
They could ask him what did it feel like, what did it look like, what prompted you. Those things he can't ask a textbook. We can't ask a newspaper article, but we could ask Mr. Henderson.
Clarence Henderson says the Greensboro 4 picked Woolworth as it was a chain location and they wanted to make a larger impact. He also says that despite his participation in the sit-in, he never ate at the counter, and the first Black people who did were employees at Woolworth's.